Rhys Lamberg is an amazing teacher. She is so well deserving of the honor of being District Teacher of the Year. I, for one, have been blessed to be around her for 3 years as a supervisor, where I've seen her grow as an EC teacher to a second grade classroom teacher, and the same theme presents itself, where she believes in all of her kids and is a champion for each of them.
It was really emotional whenever I found out that I was Dare County Schools Teacher of the Year, because there are a dozen other people in this building who work just as hard as I do, or harder than I do, every day. And so it's kind of a weird balance of like being honored and saying, okay, what can I use this platform to help share? One of the things that I really think is cool about it and that I hope to be able to do is to bring more attention to foundational literacy and to be able to bring more attention to what parents can do at home. Whoever you are to a kid who's trying to read, there is something that you can do to help them learn to read. Things as simple as turning on the subtitles on your TV make a difference in kids' ability to read. Reading a book every night, and if you can't read the book to them, it doesn't matter. Look at the pictures and talk about it and make up a story as you go. I think that this is a really cool platform to get to share that with people and to get families to take pride and to feel confident in the fact that they can help their student learn to read.
I've seen her step up and lead the MTSS process here at MES, where we really focus on the interventions that can help all kids. And additionally, she is one that's going to go out and search through the community and figure out what other ways that she can gather resources for her students.
Last year, I became involved in the MTSS, which is multi-tiered system of support. And I was able to take on a role in that team where I attended meetings to help teachers talk about kids that weren't growing as they expected them to. And that was a really cool experience because I was able to use things that I had learned from my time as an exceptional children's teacher and say, okay, these might be some strategies that can help address that gap. But it was also a really cool perspective to have because I was back in the classroom myself, and so I was also doing those things and having to find the time to deliver those interventions and having to find the time to make sure that these kids were getting what they needed to fill in their gaps.
She's been awarded DEF grants for Flyleaf, and with that grant, she piloted it, and now as a school, we have the entire curriculum for Flyleaf after she piloted that program for a year and saw the success of that.
I think it's really important that as a profession that we help teachers feel confident in their ability to meet kids at their lowest foundational skill. I think a lot of times we kind of know our content and our standards, and then we have a kid who isn't able to do that yet and we don't know where to go. And so I think one of the biggest things that teachers need right now is support in how to find that information, how to practice that information, how to get feedback on delivering those interventions, and then just helping them build their confidence that I can meet this kid where he's at. I can find something that he's going to be able to grab onto and build knowledge from. I like for my classroom to feel welcoming. I want it to feel like someplace where kids want to be. I want it to feel safe. The leaves that are in my classroom, Mr. Greg has moved for me 3 times now. We have a lot of flexible seating. We have the couch. I try to make that area in the back a place where we come together and we kind of sit together as a class, and it feels more like, okay, we are all together and we're having some time to get to know each other instead of just we're at school and we're learning a lesson and we're sitting in our desks. So one of the things that I really push for in my classroom is for every student in my room to know that they are capable of contributing to not only their learning, but to everybody else's learning in the room. And so that's one of the things that we work really hard on, is finding ways to make sure that every kid has something that they feel successful with and knows that they bring something to our classroom, which is one reason that I really love our phonics lesson every day, because every kid in that room knows some letter sounds. Even if they're not on grade level, they have a basis that they can come into that conversation, they can participate, they can be part of the lesson. And 9 times out of 10, they can find an error that somebody else made and they can be able to say, hey, this is why it's an E instead of an I. And they don't have to be the top kid in the class to be able to do that. It can be anybody in the class who can notice an error and help the person next to them fix it, which is just really cool to see kids build that confidence in themselves and also see like, okay, this isn't just about me learning, this isn't just about my progress, but I can help the person next to me grow, and I can help the person next to me meet their goals too.